I'm all sideways right now. I got Donovan here. I'm going to go sit over here. Hopefully I'm loud enough and people can hear me. I don't know if it's going to be the case or not, but who is this guy?
Eating again?
I know he's eating because he's always eating. Down here in Raleigh, North Carolina, getting ready to do some classes this weekend. And I've been talking with lots of people, and I know it's a lot to do with Christmas lights and even pressure washing. And average tickets of $1,000 is hard for a lot of people. And $2,000 is hard for Christmas lights. And so Donovan and I are always talking back and forth. And if you all are asking questions, it's pretty far away. I'm half blind anyway. I hope you can hear me because I can't see that far. But Donovan might get his phone up here. But we're just going to have a chat. Like I say, we're supposed to have class tomorrow for pressure washing and then Christmas lights on Sunday. If you're in the Raleigh area, come on down, see us. But we're just going to talk business tonight because I don't have no other agenda. And I only put that $1,000 up there because I want to see if I can get people to sign on because people like that. So, but moving forward, how's business going for this year for you?
Business is great. Business is so good that I got to pay an extra $100,000 in taxes that I wasn't planning on, which sucks. But that also means that there's a bunch of profit there, right? So when you got to pay more in taxes than you paid yourself the previous year in profit, I think last year I paid myself like $90,000, and then this year I put 60 or 70 aside for taxes, and then accountant just told me, yeah, you're gonna have to come up with another 100.
So let's hit on that because a lot of people, I may be in that situation and stuff of, this is why it is important to do tax planning and hit this stuff in September and, October, November, December. Go see your CPA in there so we can tax plan. Because if we try to do something in this year, then it's called tax fraud. And then you go to jail. And nobody wants to go to jail, I don't think.
So we are not tax professionals, okay? This is not a tax talk, right? You need to get a good CPA, not somebody who puts expenses in the wrong category and you got to come up with an extra $100,000, okay? You need to get a good one, and you need to have a relationship with them. Hey, first off, do me a favor, guys. Can you hear me? If so, leave that in the comment because we're trying to do this on the phone. Is it echoey or anything like that? So if you guys could just leave a couple of comments, then we'd appreciate that. Just let us know if you can hear me and Jason. So again, we are not tax professionals. That's not what we're trying to do. But you need to, yep, sounds perfect. All right, perfect. Thank you, Pink Robin. Sounds good. Awesome. Thank you, Big Bob Rob. So you need to not only have a CPA or, hey, since you guys are commenting, go ahead and give the video a thumbs up too so more people will jump on. So hit you for a twofer. You need to develop a relationship. It's not just you hire somebody, you pay a deposit, they go through your stuff, they file the taxes, and all right, I'll see you next, April. No, you hire somebody that is big enough that and has experience to handle your specific industry. And they're big enough that it's not a one-man show, right? They have people so that if they get COVID, your taxes are still going to get done. You can still get them on the phone. But also, they're not so huge that they're going to charge you $1,000 for a phone conversation, right? So you need to find somebody who's a good fit, knows what they're doing, that you can develop a relationship with, that you can talk to them quarterly or whatever. And it's not just about filing taxes. It's about getting feedback of, hey, Donovan, you're going to have a $100,000 tax liability, but if you buy vehicles, if you take money and put it in an investment account, or if we do it this way as opposed to that way, that's the type of feedback you're really looking for. And the good ones will tell you in the initial sit-down conversation, they should have the answers to a lot of those questions. So that's a little, tidbit of information for you.
And here's the thing too, there's several different CPAs out there. There's some that follow the black or white. There is no gray areas. And there's some that go way too far to the left of white, and you need a CPA that's willing to stand behind you, and they will sharpen their pencil, but they're not going to get you in trouble. So just find a good CPA. It might cost you $1,000, but it might cost you $2,000, but it could save you $50,000 in the end if you have a good CPA. But
So, Sean is impressed by my hack to get comments on the video. He said, best hack ever to get comments on a live video. Timothy said, fried chicken. Hey, man, it's chicken wings. Chicken wings.
it wouldn't be alive if Donovan wasn't eating. So I actually brought some food.
The food's from him for me. So if y'all are mad about me eating now, you actually need to be mad at Jason because he's the one that brought me the food.
Hey, you gotta bring a buddy of food. You can't let him go starving on
See
you.
how skinny I am, man. I need the food.
But so, how's business going?
Okay, look, business is good. Business is real good. 3 or 4 years ago, Jason hooked me up with the Christmas light industry. You see the big old wreath in the background. I got passionate about it right away, but I got introduced to this thing called premium pricing. Before, okay, what's the name of that book that you were just listening to with DJ?
$100 million quotes.
So he's saying like, some people, they try to look at the competition. I have not read the book, so sorry if my paraphrasing is wrong. I'm just excited about it. But he said that some people look at the competition and then they try to go outwork the competition for less money, and they don't realize that the competition's barely making it as it is, right? So Jason was the guy. He gets the credit for this, okay? He introduced me to premium pricing, and it's like a light bulb went off in my head. I don't need to Walmart approach it, okay? I need to Whole Foods. I need to Target. You know what I mean? I need to, Panera Bread, not McDonald's, right? Premium, because there's clients out there that want and expect premium, and they're willing to pay for it. Now, there's a lot of people who want premium, and they're not willing to pay for it. So that's where the struggle really comes in for people. Oh, wow, I wish my clients would pay that, but in my area, I only have 300,000 people. In my area, the average income's a whole lot less than your area. Blah, 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 blah. Whatever excuse that you want to come up with is a perfectly good excuse for you to not succeed. But somebody else is going to use that excuse as the reason to succeed. So it can either be a reason to succeed or your excuse not to. That's on you. And for me, that was an aha moment about 3-4 years ago. And since then, we've applied that premium pricing to our gutter business, to our, we started introducing some power washing and everything else. Even this year, I came up with a maintenance plan for my gutter cleaning where my average ticket was like at $150, starting down low. Some houses are a whole lot more, but like a small average size home. We're not looking at the big ones, just an average normal size home, 150 to about 250. In that range was my average. Well, we're hitting them up with a 4 times a year cleaning and building value into that and giving them a premium option so that we're not doing gutter cleaning, addressing a problem. We're doing gutter cleaning preventative maintenance. We're cleaning the gutters before they're clogged. And that's with a 4 times a year package. So what happened to my average quote that gets approved was I'm selling $1 million, okay, at 150 to 250, or, right, that's 2,000 clients for one crew to fill out their year, 2,000 clients. Well, now I can fill out a whole crew with 500 clients. And they can get the work done faster because we were just out there 2-3 months previous.
And you give that customer a better experience.
It's a much better experience, and they don't have $20,000 worth of roof rot. And I'm up there every 2 or 3 months, so when a shingle rips off, I can tell them before there's a ton of there's so much value that I can build into that premium pricing. All right. Here's the thing Jason and I were just talking about. I'm going to eat some chicken here in a second. You can see I'm getting pretty worked up. My face is turning red. I'm getting animated.
Excited.
I'm getting excited, right? I love this stuff. But Jason and I were talking about what's my average ticket for Christmas lights. He was talking to some other people, got some really good feedback. They were saying $1,700, whereas I'm over $2,000. I'm 2,200. Well, for that same job, it's not because I'm selling them a ton more stuff. My second rule is you don't do more work for more money. You do more work for you don't do more work for less money. If you're gonna do more work, you're not gonna throw it in. We're gonna charge them more. We're gonna charge them premium. For more work equals more money. If you want to pay less money, then we'll do less work. So that house that I'm doing, that job that I'm doing, one company's charging $1,700. I'm charging for the same exact stuff, if not less, $2,200. That gives me $500 technically that I could spend and invest into that client. I can hire office personnel. I can give them gifts. I can follow up more. I can do touch-ups and I can give them $500 more of value and not lose a single penny. And that's simply by charging a premium price. I can give them, it's built in, $500 more value right off the get-go. So that right there is also competitive advantage. Other people can't afford to do what I'm doing if you're not charging my pricing.
And here was another thing he was talking about the book that I was read. And that was a great point. Was they did a taste test of wine, the cheap wine, the middle grade wine, and the most expensive wine. And they gave these 3 samples out, and they wanted to see which one tastes better. Obviously, the most expensive wine got the most votes. But do you want to know something about the wine? It was all the same wine. So what that means is people will pay for that premium price because they think that's premium, and they are premium, and just the perceived value alone. There was nothing different with the wine other than the wine was more priced, and it was the exact same wine for all 3 wines. And so it goes back to people will pay, and we have to find the right customers. We got to find the right people, and we got to find the right target area. We got to find the right customer. And when we find those right things, all 3 things will add up. And now we can charge more, we can get more, we can do bundles or packages, and guess what? People will pay it. I hear it all the time. Like I said last week, I had a couple comments of, you're just trying to sell snake oil. I'm not selling snake oil. He just paid $100,000 in taxes
and then flinched,
and because he made too much money. Yeah. And he didn't do this 3-4 years ago when he was the cheap man. He was the $99 gutter clean out. That's not how he got to where he is. And so.
Look, guys, I was making good money. I've always made good money. Okay, so it's not that you can't make good money being the $99 guy. You can make good money for you. That's because of you, right? But it's not premium. There's a whole different side. Let me explain it this way. The house that you live in right now, if your next door neighbor was a trailer park, okay? Or your next door neighbor is a $20 million house, would your house be worth more next to a trailer park, or would your house be worth more next to a multi-million-dollar mansion? Your house is the same fucking house. Oh crap, we're live, sorry. It's the same house. The only difference is the perceived value of what's surrounding it. You know what I mean? What is the extra stuff? The house is the same, guys. Cleaning gutters is cleaning gutters. Putting lights on a house is putting lights on a house. It's all the other stuff, the perceived value, the additional value that we can give people. It's not about the cost. It's about the value. And this guy taught me that.
When we sell on cost, we sell on nothing. His average ticket's $2,200 for Christmas lights. Other people are $1,700, $1,500. Is he doing anything different? No, he's putting lights on a house. They're both putting lights on a house. And so that's what it is. Or you're both pressure washing. We can bring it back to pressure washing. I know people that are getting $1,000 average ticket. I had a guy on last week that was getting $950. Mr. Wise is getting, he's getting almost $1,200 per average house. How are you doing that?
Awesome.
It isn't doing it by not
Florida?
doing. No, that's actually in Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay.
That's not doing it by not asking for it. How are you getting it? You're asking for it. You're giving them value. You're not selling on price. You're selling on pain points. What are the pain points that we're dealing with for that house? We're not selling pressure. At the end of the day, we're not even selling pressure washing. We're not, because when we start selling pressure washing, we're not selling on value at that point. We're selling on spraying water at that point. We need to say hey, this is what we can do. We're going to save you time. We're going to give you time with your family. You don't have to come out here and do all this stuff, and we're going to make it look beautiful for you. You know, your husband hasn't done this in 6 months, and you've been nagging at him for 6 months, and that's a pain point. And then there's some pain points that we're going to take away. There's going to be a pain point here before long when Donovan starts choking on this chicken bone over here.
Y'all see how skinny I am? Look, I was wrestling. This dude was 230 pounds. I can barely talk right now because he choked me out like 4 times in a row. All right, I need to get my weight up. This is a matter of survival, okay? It's like me wrestling against Jason here. He's gonna choke me out, and then this dude put his elbow into my gut and twisted around on it, and I'm literally in the middle of the gym in front of all these people going, ah! And that was before I even got choked out, Jason. So I need to eat my chicken.
I don't even know what we got going on in the comments here.
We can read some of the comments, right? But look, guys.
Tell them about bundles. We talked about that in that book that had the bundles.
Yes.
Just sold another bundle just now.
Did you really? Bundles, if you're not doing bundles or packages, you got to be doing packages or bundles, whatever you're calling it. You know, if you're going in, if somebody's going in for a $300 house wash and you're not upselling that to a $1,200, $1,500 ticket for your number one package, you're leaving money on the table, you know? And you might say, well, what do you mean by that? How can I get my $300-$400 house wash up to a $1,500? Actually, DJ went in from a roof clean and came out with a $3,600 house wash, roof clean, driveway cleaning, window cleaning job. And he would have probably, if 2 years ago, it would have probably been an $800 roof clean. He went from an $800 roof clean to a $3,600 package or bundle. That's what it's all about. That's how we get our tickets up. And actually he was talking about, man, you're ripping people off for how you deal with that. We're not ripping people off. That is not ripping people off. We are giving them value. We're giving them a clean house. We're giving them a clean driveway. We're giving them clean windows, and we're taking away the black streaks on their roof. We are giving them extreme value at the end of the day that they want at the end of the day. If they did not want that, they wouldn't have paid. They wouldn't have said okay to a $3,600 full bundle. And if you're not asking for it, you're losing money. And this is why you can't get your average ticket up over $300-$400 is because you're not asking for it. You know, you could do 3 jobs a day and easily get $1,000. You have an easy average ticket of anywhere from $600 to $1,000, no problem. So if you did 3 jobs with an average ticket of $600, that's $1,800. Think about that. You can work 20 days a month and no weekends, and you'll be home by 3 o'clock.
Yeah, guys. It literally it starts between your head. Okay, it really does. And if you're making any excuse, I'm going to answer questions right after this, right? So Jason and I will shut up trying to shove this message down your throat like we do every time we get on here, right? But literally, if it can click for you, you will never go back, okay? And let me try putting it one other way. Is there value in you not breaking into a client's house and stealing their jewelry? Yes. Does that have anything to do with power washing? No. All right? So, if you can let a client know in some way, shape, form, or another that you will not break into their house and steal their jewelry, you are automatically worth more than the person who cannot convince them that. And that's just such a entry-level type scenario. But that has nothing to do with actually spraying soap up on a house and rinsing it off, okay? It's about adding value. Notice we haven't said cost. Notice we haven't talked about price. We keep saying value. There's a big difference, okay? So, what time is it?
I don't even know.
9:22.
Okay, yeah, we can start doing some questions because we're gonna get off on tangents.
No, you just get off on tangents.
Oh no, we both ride them. We ride those tangents. We even got DJ over here.
All right, the first one is for me. Oh, I got 2 in a row for me, Jason. They like me. Donovan, how much is your outfit charge to haul away debris? Do you give them an option of throwing it out themselves or just upcharge to take care of it? So I'm doing things a little different now. And if you've heard me before, this is probably new information, so tune in, right? And I will get straight to the point. Maybe. We are having a conversation with the client, and we are asking them, what do you want? Do you want your gutters cleaned? Do you have natural air around the house? Is it okay for us to throw it in? Would you like your gutters flushed out? We're asking quality questions and we're listening to them. We're not trying to upsell them on something. We're asking them all the questions and we're showing interest and we're giving them a price for what they want. So yeah, if they want me to pick it all up and move it to the back fence and toss it over the fence, if they're okay with me dropping it right here, if they want me to haul it away, whatever they want me to do, I'm finding that out and I'm going to give them a price for exactly what they want. This is for my gutter cleaning, guys. All right. So they get here's the two options that they get now on the quote. They get a one-time price for exactly what they've asked, and then they get our maintenance plan, which is a 4 times a year price. And they get a little bit of a discount, about 10, 20% for doing it 4 times a year, okay, versus just having it done once a year. They're not locked into it right now currently. If they skip a cleaning, it just goes back to the one-time price. So if they only have it done 3 times a year, they're paying me the one-time price 3 times a year. I am doing that because I have found that at 4 times a year, I can go out there, none of the debris has deteriorated into mush, nasty stuff. It's all whole, it's intact. There's not that much debris there. I can give them a better value because their gutters are never overflowing for my area. Even the heaviest type debris falls, it's really not overflowing at a 4 times a year cleaning. So we're doing preventative maintenance. They're getting a better value. They're getting a better price. So when people ask me, oh, wow, your prices have gone up. I say, yeah, actually, if you're looking to save some money, if you sign up for our maintenance plan, it's actually very close to what you're used to paying, right? So no, I am not discounting my prices for going 4 times a year. I'm raising my prices for a 1 time a year. That's how I'm doing it right now. That's how I'm currently doing it. And it's not that complicated, guys. I'm just giving them 2 options. You have an option A, option B. Jason likes 3 options. I'm trying it out and I'll let you know in a few months how it's going. Currently, it is 2 thumbs up. I mean, this time last year, I think we quoted about $33,000 in February. I made a post about this in my gutter cleaning contractors Facebook group. But last year, 2021, we quoted about 33 grand in quotes for the month of February. And then this year, it was a week before. I haven't even looked at the numbers like as of today, but I know like a week before the month was up, we were right at $99,000 in quotes. And our closing, here's the thing, guys, at the lower price, at the lower amount of quotes, our closing conversion rate was at 60%. And then with our higher pricing, guess what? It's still at 60%, guys. It's still at 60%. I have clients that have only been having it done once or twice a year, and I simply gave them the option of having it done 4 times a year, and they signed up for it. Like existing clients and brand new clients. And yes, some people don't want to do it, but they get the option of the one-time cleaning, and it makes sense to them. Oh yeah, one-time cleaning is gonna, cost more, but I don't need it 4 times a year. I can't afford it. Blah blah blah. I'll just go with the one time. So my numbers are way, way, way up just doing this. And again, that's not factoring in Christmas lights or power washing or anything else,
I want to hit on something here from Wild West. This isn't just us saying this. Wild Western just did a $6,000 fence wash for an HOA and took 9 hours. High five, dude. That is awesome. It's not just me and Donovan saying this. There's other people that are doing this. I know Hefner's another person that does very well in doing this stuff. So it is definitely can be done, and people don't always think you can do it, but it can definitely be done.
Do you know that person or can I?
No, I don't know him.
Okay. I don't recognize the name. It's Streets SI7. It's hard right now to add 20% more right now to our services when there's a war happening and everything is getting very expensive. Dude, I hate to break it to you, but there's been a war going on for probably the last, I don't know.
25 years?
Since we discovered fire. Look, dude, there's always going to be something going on. Look,
That's a mindset problem.
Okay, I've already said it, and I don't want to go into this so hard that you don't hear what I'm trying to say. But look, let me rephrase this a little bit. It's hard right now to not add 20% to our services. There's a war happening, and everything is getting very expensive.
I want to hit on that real
So
quick.
look.
Go ahead.
You may have not caught that. I added a word. It's hard right now to charge 20% more, or it's hard right now to not add 20% more. All it is either a reason or an excuse. Literally, the difference is right in these 6 inches. I got a big head. Jason has a big head. That's probably 9 inches. This might be 8. All right. Everybody's excuse is another person's reason. Here's the other thing. Look, if shit's getting uncertain and you don't know if you're going to be in business or if World War III, why wouldn't you make the money now while things aren't bad yet? Like you really, you got to think about it a little bit different if you're going to have a overcoming mindset and overcoming attitudes. So go for it, Jason.
So I'm going to go to another whole industry that we're dealing with. And this is an industry that I was talking to, like I was saying, Jason Murphy out of Louisville, Kentucky. He mows grass. He's a landscaper. He raised his prices 23% this year, just across the board. Everybody went up 23%, right across the board. You know how many he has 275 customers. You know how many customers he lost by raising his 23%?
I would say less than 5%.
4 people.
2%.
4 people. You
2%.
lost 4 people. You know what I would tell you?
You didn't raise them enough.
You didn't raise them enough. Because listen, guys, if we lose the 20% and we replace those 20% with better 20%, guess what? Everything goes up at that point. Everything goes up at that point.
Yeah. Look, if you run an oil change business, one customer comes in, he gets his oil changed every 10,000 miles. Another customer comes in and he gets his oil changed every 5,000 miles. And the third customer comes in, gets his oil changed the recommended every 3,000 miles. It would take 4 of the 10,000 mile clients to replace the one 3,000 mile client. And that 3,000 mile client, if you are focusing on them and you see the value and they appreciate it and they want to maintain their vehicle and this, that, and the third, you can go to that 3,000 mile client and say, hey, look, we topped off all your fluids for you and we did this 25-point inspection. We didn't charge you for it, but we want to let you know you need to start thinking about this. And they're going to say, can you guys take care of that? Say, absolutely. All right. But again, it would take 4 of the 10,000 mile clients to replace the one 3,000 mile client. So think about that.
Big Rob, he's not really big. What did I gonna turn off the TV and start spraying water? Good point. All right, we're gonna get off that.
129 reviews. Jason Huffner, good stuff, man. On his road to 200.
And I like what Jason also wrote up here. I seen it. I probably won't be able to find it now.
Oi! YouTube gold! Exclamation, exclamation, exclamation. I'm just going to assume you're talking about me. You know, Jason, he says some good nuggets every now and again. My stuff is YouTube gold.
People who used to people who buy used Hondas feel ripped off. People who drive Lambos don't. But both drive the same 40 miles an hour. And it's all about. That's
Bro,
why. That's
I got a
why
Lambo. I ain't
cars.
driving 40 miles an hour.
No.
Yeah, you are, because you're not going to break the law, Donovan.
Oh, yeah, you're very right, DJ.
Yes.
You're very right.
But, you know, I get passionate about this, and I know you guys know I do. I want to make sure you guys are growing your businesses, and this is how you can do it. You know, I did read a great book, and I would highly recommend this book to you. Like I say, it's the $100 million. It's like $100 million was it quote or something like that, and it's how to never lose another customer. And so it's $100 million offer is what it is. This one right here. Let's see if it'll focus on it. Nope, it ain't going. There you
Oh,
go.
there you go. Go off the side. Turn
There
it.
you go.
Yeah, there
$100 million offer. Great book. I'd highly recommend it to you. 100% recommend that book to you. I just read it. It's an easy listen to. It's only about 3.5 hours, so it's not like no 20-hour book. 3.5 hour book, and it will definitely change your life. It will make you think differently on how you're quoting and how to get high dollar tickets. And it's just something that you can do, and you can do it. It teaches you how to be able to sell on those pain points, how to find the pain points of your customer and sell those on those pain points. Because that's what it's all about, is selling on those pain points of making that a big difference at the end of the day.
Eugene J. This is very inspiring, guys. I'm brand new, trying to get my business up and running. So I've been doing a lot of researching and talking on all types of knowledge that have been given. I appreciate you. We appreciate you, Eugene. Look, we're not coming on here just to hear ourselves talk, and we get more out of other people succeeding than dollar bills. If it was just about dollar bills, Jason and I would go into a different business.
Drugs pay a lot better.
Well, there's a lot of risk in drugs. I don't know. Maybe they do. Look, there's a lot of things that we can do to make money. This is more than about money. It's, we don't come on here because we got big inflated egos. I'll be honest with you. Everybody who comes to our training, they're like, Donovan, I thought you were a jackass, and then I met you, and you actually turned out to be an okay guy.
You're still a jackass.
Yeah, I'm still a jackass. but seriously, Eugene, look, we appreciate you. Thank you for sharing that, man. And, look, if you got some specific questions, ask them. But I would say take action. You're brand new. If there's one thing that I got to tell somebody brand new, you've done some research, you've done this, you've done that, take action. It may be good, it may be bad. You'll figure it out, man. And just take action. All right, George Yost, can I do a demo area for a client who is on the fence? Look, if a client's on the fence, then you haven't done something to sell. You're selling the wrong thing, right? If a demo area, the client's worry of are you going to do a good job or not is the least. That's like my bottom concern. How many times do you go out and wash an area of a house before you? Never, right?
I can say maybe on like a big commercial.
Maybe a huge commercial or something like that.
Yeah.
But, to be honest with you, like, I don't do demo areas. I personally don't, Look, I got enough of a social media presence, like on my Facebook page or on Google My Business or on my website or something like that, that clients, the demo area, there's 1,000 examples that they can see of my demo area before I even make it out there. So when a client calls me, they already know that I do a flippin' amazing job, and they're calling me for a reason. So I would say you've lost a battle somewhere of explaining value. I would talk to the client more about value and not about what you're going to do, but how you're going to do it. Right? Don't address the what. Anybody can clean the fence. Anybody can do a demo area. How are you going to do it, and how are you more valuable? How are you going to do it differently than other people? Right? And you don't need to do that in person.
I have a question. I seen a video of guys putting down soap, and her buffer tank wouldn't that hurt the pump? Usually they're doing it through the downstream injector, which is after the pump. It's not before the pump, it's actually after the pump.
Yep.
And that's how they do it. Or if they were not doing it with a pressure washer and they're actually doing it with a soft wash system, it's designed to go through the pump. So that's actually designed that way. You do have to rinse it out pretty quickly or it will eat that pump up. So
if you screw it up, it'll hurt your pump. If you don't screw it up, then it won't, right? So part of our class tomorrow, we're actually we got 2 rigs that are good to go that we're going to use, get some hands-on training, and then we're actually going to build a rig, meaning we got power washer, we got the buffer tank, we got the bleach tank, we got the hoses. How are they going to all hooked up? And so people are going to get to play with the hoses and actually plumb it up. Not like permanently where it's going to take a bunch of time, but they're going to get to connect all this and see how it works together and get a good hands-on understanding. To answer your question, if you do it right, you're fine. If you do it wrong, it's going to cost you money. During our in-person training, we actually go over quite a bit of that.
yeah, so you might be late for this one.
Yeah, you can't come to this one, but there's gonna be more.
I've had people sign up the morning of and show up. So.
Look, if y'all want to come, we're gonna get started tomorrow at 8:00 in Raleigh, 3811 Tar Heel Drive. You know, you come
Sign up, kingofpressurewash.com.
Yeah.
Go to in-person training. I got some other ones on there too, but yeah. Also, if you are into Christmas lights, and you're thinking about doing landscape lighting, we are having an advanced Christmas light class. We're having a 101 Christmas light class on Saturday and Sunday here, but an advanced Christmas light and landscape lighting next weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And you will get a lot of value out of that. I guarantee it. I've been working on the presentation my part, and it's going to you can. This is what some of the stuff that Donovan's been working on too. So you can see all the pretty Christmas lights and trees that we are getting ready for that training. So that way, we'll be ready for you.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, guys,
look, there's Jeremy Main. He's going to be here.
Hi, Jeremy. How's it going, man? Look, the advanced Christmas light class next weekend, that is for people who have an established business, okay? We're not going to teach you how to make connections. We're going to take you from a $75,000 business to $500,000 or $1 million. That's what we're doing at the advanced Christmas lighting. So please, if you're brand new, don't sign up for that one, okay?
I like this one here. If when it comes to roof cleaning, is there an age limit you set to not wash roofs? Is it based on inspection? I would say it's based on inspection. I had a roof one time that every bit of the granules were off of this roof. And I put my ladder up and I climbed up and I went right back down and I took pictures of it and I sent it to her and I was like, this roof is in bad shape. It was terrible. I mean, like every bit, there wasn't a granule on the stupid thing. And it was very bad. That's when you don't clean them. I wouldn't even want to get on a roof like that because that could be damaging you. But other than that, I mean, if it's black, I'm going to spray it, and most of the time it's going to clean up. But that was one roof probably out of the 8 years I had, 6, 7 years out I had my business I never touched it.
Yeah, look, guys, you can screw some stuff up power washing and using chemical and using pressure if you don't do it right. You can absolutely mess some stuff up. So a big part of our training is what not to do, how to avoid injury, how to not tear stuff up, how to not get somebody hurt or killed. So I'm not getting too serious on you. Once you get it, it seems like common sense, but there's a lot that goes into starting up and getting all those answers. And I'm not just trying to sell you on coming to a training or anything either. I mean, you can go through and watch all of Jason's thousands of videos, or you could tune into him. Or you could do it the old trial and error way and figure it out on your own. So you can definitely do that. But, I would say from an advanced standpoint, you also need to educate your employees on these are the things that you avoid. Because sometimes as business owners, we understand that. But the employee just shows up and they're washing the roof and they don't know any better. So it's also a matter of how do you train your guys and your employees. And so... you got to give your employees permission to not do a job if XYZ is in place. But, yeah, man, you never want to cause more damage than you do help.
Hey, Eugene, I'm all about helping people. And when you come to my live, I will call you out. Was the first time and even commented on somebody's live feed. And I got to tell you, man, that acknowledgement was awesome. I answer questions. I'm not one to just get on here and not answer questions. Sometimes I do get on here with other people and I don't always get to everybody's questions. But if I'm on here by myself or usually with Donovan, we're going to go through and pick out the questions. And usually if it's just myself, I will answer them all. But if it's me and Donovan, we kind of jump in from chit chat.
We talk about food and chicken
you all
wings.
get us on a rant and we both go one rabbit trail to the next. So,
Mark, I'm sorry, man. My lisp and my accent, I can't pronounce your last name. Starts with an A. I have a mobile sandblasting and painting business. It's not a hard last name to pronounce. I'm just not smart enough to say it. All right. Thinking of adding hot pressure washing to degrease equipment before blasting. Might add fleet washing to added revenue streams. Thoughts? Thanks. Dude, I wouldn't. Don't go chasing
squirrels.
A gold mine, right? Don't go chasing, whatever. Don't move to California to mine for gold. So if you're sandblasting business, and I know nothing about you, but this is just general advice. Just because we're talking big numbers and high numbers and blah, 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 you can take every business principle that Jason and I are talking about and apply it to an existing business and rock and roll with it. But if you have a successful business already, I say thumbs up, man, double down. It's a add-on service, excuse me. And it sounds like they go hand in hand very well together. Matter of fact, I know people who own big sandblasting rigs and the power washing rigs, and their crews do different stuff on different days. So absolutely, they kind of go hand in hand. But if you're struggling with an existing business, don't go chasing a gold mine, a wish, a hope, a prayer. Like, I'll just add this one extra thing and it'll fix all my problems. No, you got existing problems that you need to fix. If you just go chasing another business, you're going to fail at that one too. So I'm not saying that about you. I know nothing about you, but that's just general advice that I would give anybody.
Big Rob, you asked a question about the water line going into the middle of the tank on that skid unit, the slide-in truck skid unit. That's because it had a Job valve in it, and the Job valve actually comes in the side of the tank versus coming in from the top of the tank, like the Hudson float valve does. And so what it's got on there is it's got a little lever on it, and then it's got a ball that comes up and shuts the water off and pulls that valve off. And then when the water goes down, it allows it to start flowing again. And so that's why it had to go into the side of the tank versus the top of the tank. So if you're using a Job valve,
is the huge in Nashville this year?
The huge will be in
Okay,
Nashville.
yeah, Jason Huffner, dude, yeah, hit me up. I'll be happy to chat with you in Nashville. You just got to find me. But dude, I'll talk 24/7 for the whole weekend. We'll find a spot. We'll find a time. And yeah, man, we'll hook up there if you want to hook up.
Don't go chasing.
I'm happily married.
Don't go chasing waterfalls. You got
Well,
to
we'll
creep laugh. What's a great book for marketing? The marketing side, I would probably think of some of Russell Brunson's books is probably some of the better books for marketing. There's 3 books. The last 2 are better than his first one. .com Secrets is kind of okay, but the next 2 are very good. I would definitely read them. It's all about finding your customer and how to do all the different marketing and how to do stuff. I would do that. Other than that, I mean, there's not really a good book on marketing I can think of that I would be like. The Purple Cow would be kind of considered by Seth Godin would be one that would be a marketing book.
So somebody just said inspection. I washed a 25-year roof just for curb appeal, and they wanted it sold. Look, I might do inspections like if we're trying to retarget a customer that we didn't sell, right? But my initial process is going to be online through photos, hands off, whatever. But let's say I have a slow season and I got 1,000 people that gave me their information and gave me leads and I didn't sell them and I have the time. Yeah, absolutely. Maybe I go out or maybe I hire an in-person sales guy and we just call them up and say, hey, look, we're going to be in your area tomorrow. You contacted us about XYZ. We didn't hook up. I'd love to come out and inspect your gutters, see if they need to be cleaned, if you'd like for me to. And you got 1,000 people you can send that email blast out to, or that text message blast, or a ringless voicemail. You can send that out to everybody and generate leads. Absolutely. But you also know when you get out there now that you're trying to close them on the spot and do the job on the spot, right? So, but I wouldn't have that as my only way of doing business. That's just me. Other people, they go out and sell in person every single, They have fleets of salesmen more than they have technicians, and they go out and do it every single job. That's just not how I personally do it. All roads lead to Rome, right? So more than one way to do it.
Trisha Hoover will be here in the morning. Says see you tomorrow. I don't know. I know where I gave you a couple hotels. I hope you found one that wasn't too. Hopefully you picked the ones where I sent you and not to the ones down the road, down the next exit, because them can get a little.
Hopefully
sketchy.
you're not staying off anything on New Bern, okay? Because
the last time we had.
And Trisha, I got a dog called Strider, and he'll nibble on some people. If you're staying on New Bern, you might want to borrow him for the night because you got to keep them crackheads away from you. But
Not
hopefully,
trying to scare you, Trisha, but that's why I sent you the hotels that was on this side of the town.
but well, I think the first time you came, weren't you like, dude, this dude has an ankle? No, somebody in the class was like, everybody in the hallways had ankle monitors.
But that's the next exit down.
Oh man.
Is that the same place where we ate at the dinner?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I'll remember, man. I just know, don't stay off Newbern.
Yeah, that's a good book, but I don't know if it would be Grant Cardone, Sell or Be Sold, and The Closer Survival Guide. Yep.
Yeah, Mark. So
Okay.
you're saying you just got a $70,000 job yesterday, just thinking $10,000 profit would be. Yeah, absolutely, man. So look, if you're running a great business that's profitable already, if you add this service onto it, it could be like a gold mine, and it could definitely keep your guys busy. And that could be one of them things that with power washing, a lot of times people are willing to wait a little bit for power washing. For sandblasting, that's usually a thing is like it's a big commercial, they're about to paint or they're about to, you know what I mean? So that's sort of a I need to get it done type deal. But power washing, sometimes those people, they just need it done, and you can book those out a while. So that can be kind of like a flex type thing to keep your schedule full, keep your guys
Look
working.
at this guy commenting here, Donovan. Mr. Reggie Bryce
What?
put, so what up, family? Still owe you lunch.
Reggie,
I bet you $20 you won't come this weekend
no.
one day to see you.
Reggie, dude, I was thinking about you today. This is honest, no homo. I'm happily married, right? But I was thinking about you today as I was driving over here to meet Jason. And I was like, man, I really hope I didn't give Reggie such a hard time that he won't talk to me again because you just disappeared on me, man. All right, I wanna see you again, man. So yeah, come over here, buy me some lunch, or bring me some wings like DJ did. But you're welcome. Look, we're gonna be power washing all day tomorrow. You want a power washing business? You've come to our class. Swing by tomorrow and just say hi. I mean, look, we're a friendly group. Just come by and hang out for a little while tomorrow.
He won't put Strider on you too hard.
Jason came in talking all big and bad when he came into the shop. I was like, Strider, get him. And then he was like, where's Strider? And I was like, he's not here. He's at home. He's like, good, because I would have taken him. I would have punched him, this and that. And I was like, yeah, you're not going to throw the thing 10 feet away like you did last time to get him away from you, right? 30K a month goal.
Oh, yeah, that's just what I was going to hit, guys. It can be done. So let's talk about Jason a little bit. Jason started, and right when the pandemic started.
I'm going to get some water. Would you like one?
Yeah, that's fine. And he did, he was one that I have actually been on. He's been on my Voxer program since he started. And, it's one of those things that he struggled in the beginning with prices. He called me and was like, you know what, Jason, you can't make money down here in Florida. You can only get $99 guys down here in Florida. And I'm like, Jason, follow the process. Follow the process, follow the process, follow the process. And he followed the process. And this is a guy that's going to do $30,000 in 1 month by himself, part-time, because he's a full-time fireman, in Florida. And yes, it can be done, guys. It's all about mindset. Mindset is what will make you or break you. It will make you as in you can do this, or you can have a mindset that you can't do it. And like I always say, if you're around negative people, you're going to be negative, and you will not be successful. And sometimes you might even have to get away from family, because family can be the worst part of negativity in your business and in your life.
Trisha got the right hotel.
Good. I've seen that. Yeah. Good. So, it is definitely important to have a good mindset, be in positive mindset, and things can really happen for you. Jason Hefner is hitting $1,500 days, $2,000 days, all by himself, one person. Now, his wife does help him on some of the marketing stuff and posting and stuff like that, and a lot of the back end stuff. But it still can be done. $30,000 part-time as a full-time firefighter, it can be done. Now, is it easy always? No, it's not always easy. Does he work some Saturdays and Sundays in the business? Yes. But moving forward, he don't work too many of them, because they made a rule that if he works a Saturday, he's got to make enough money that he can take his kid and wife to Disney for the day. And so it's definitely something that can be done. You can make money doing pressure washing. And whether people want to say they can or cannot do it, that's up to you. I cannot make you make $100,000. I can't make you make $10,000. I can't make you make $1,000. You have to do it. I will give you the tools. I will be your biggest cheerleader. I love being a cheerleader for people that is going to do a $30,000 a month. I'm your biggest cheerleader. I will be right there with you being your biggest cheerleader. You know why? Because it's amazing. You are changing your family tree. You are changing your life. You are changing what you can do when the time you can spend with your kids now. And that is what is important. You know, I see some people and they do a $30,000 a month, or, you know, they do a $5,000 week or a $5,000 a month, and they're working all the time because they're not doing premium pricing. They're not trying to get that $1,000 ticket. They're trying to get, they think if they do quantity versus quality, that they're going to be able to have more time with their family and more. At that point, guys, you have a job. If you're doing, if you've checked your competitors and you're writing the same pricing that they are, you have a job at that point. That's all you have is a job. You don't have a business, you have a job.
You got a high-paying job.
And sometimes it's not even a high-paying job. Sometimes it's a poor-paying job. I know people that made money that could have went to made $20 an hour and made more money than doing the pressure washing business. And I don't want you to be that person. I want you to be successful. I want you to be able to change your life, change your family tree, change what you're doing to make better for you and your family. That is my goal for you at the end of the day.
Best way to help poor people, Jason?
Give them a job.
Don't be poor.
Yeah, don't be.
Don't be one of them.
Actually,
Look, if everybody had that mindset, best way to help a poor person, don't be one of them. Look.
Can a poor person give poor person help?
You can't give them money, that's for sure.
Can't give them money at the end of the day.
What type of experience and advice can they give them? Poor people advice and experience, right? So, look, you, like Jason said, man, you can be the one to break that family curse. You know what I mean? You can be the one to change it around. And what might be easy for me might be really tough for you. Life ain't fair. Get over it. Do it or don't do it, right? But,
and there's times you got to do hard things.
Yeah, absolutely. We're not saying any of this is easy, but I am saying that the first biggest struggle you got to overcome, right? And I'm telling you, I thought that I was running my business the right way, and I was making good money, guys. I was making six figures, and I didn't have to do the work. But I thought for 10, 15 years, and I had 10, 15 years of experience, and I was giving it, you know, if anybody were to ask me advice, I'd give it to them. And I would tell them all the reasons why my way was the best way. And then I tried it differently. So at some point, you got to humble yourself enough to say, if I'm not right, if Jason's right, what could that mean for me? If Jason's right and I could get my average ticket up to $1,000, $1,200 for power washing, what would that mean for me? What's the upside versus what's the downside? If he's wrong, okay, you can always keep charging less. You know what I mean? But the upside could be what for you? What does that mean for you? And I'm excited. It worked for me. I listened to this old goofball. And if y'all haven't gotten this, if Jason and I can do it, we're not the brightest. Look, all these other people come on these podcasts and they sell these, you know, pay me $800 a month, and they got these fancy shit behind them, and they got collars and this and that, and they're well shaven, and they actually get haircuts every week, and they're articulate and they can spell, you know, and they actually look good and all this. And then us goofballs are over here. And look, man, I had one crew bring in $650 last year. One crew bring in $650.
And if you come to our class, he shows you your books.
I show you my books.
We're not making this stuff up. There's people on YouTube that will say stuff and will never show you their books. And you know why they won't show you their books? Because it ain't
It's
true.
bullshit.
It ain't true. And so that's the thing, that it is true, guys. It can be done. And yes, I'm going to hit on another thing that where people might say, well, I'm too old, Jason. I'm too old.
We have 50, 60, 70-year-old guys, a handful of them in every class, and they get the job done.
And you're not too old. You're never too old to learn. When you think you know everything is when you will fail. There's things change every day. Marketing changes, different things changes, equipment changes, everything changes. So if you are 40, 50 years old and you're like, Jason, I just don't know if I can do that. I don't know those computers. You can learn, or you can figure it out. There's ways that it's not rocket science, and it can be figured out. Like I said, it can be done. You literally can do it.
I'm
It's
getting
not
pumped
rocket
up
science.
tonight. My wife just yelled, turn down the TV. Ha, ha, ha. Hey, if you're excited, she's excited.
No, I think it's the other way around.
Hey, man, if you're pumped up, give her something a little extra.
So what's some words of advice for somebody that's thinking about getting into a pressure washing business there?
Oh, gosh, don't do it. You can't make any money. Market's oversaturated. Competition. The $99 guy ruins your market. So just don't do it. Yeah, that's my advice.
Now, what's your real advice?
My advice is to take action. Okay? Try to get some information on your subject to where you're comfortable enough to take a first step. But at some point, you have to take action. And if you're going to try something out, okay? If you're going to go into an industry, or if you're going to try something out, why not aim for the high upside? Okay? It's been my experience that it's actually less work. But let's say it's the same amount of work to get a low-paying job as it is a high-paying job. But if you guys caught the beginning of this live, I told you my quoting for last 2021 was 33,000 in quotes, 60% closing rate. And for February was 99,000, same 60% closing rate. That shows you right there, okay, that, and it's not like I did 3 or 4 times as many quotes, guys. That's not how the difference in price was, okay? But if you're just starting out, you got to take action. Why not take action with the goal being the 99,000 as opposed to the 33? It's been my experience. It's actually less work, but possibly it's the same amount of work. At a minimum, it's the same amount of work. Okay? So shoot for the upside. Shoot for the premium. If you're getting started, you'll learn. And then you can afford to learn those mistakes. Then you can afford to come to a training. Then you can afford to buy good equipment. Then you can afford to take your wife out. Then you can afford that she doesn't have to go work a job. Or maybe vice versa. Maybe you stay home with the kids. Whatever you guys want to do, premium pricing opens that up. And one day, if you continue in business, your CPA is going to tell you, hey, Donovan, hey, Joe Blow, hey, Jason, you got to come up with an extra 100 bands, okay? And that could make you fall back into your old ways. For some people, that's pretty bad. For me, I personally, I'm open about this, but I kind of struggle with some depression type stuff. And my depression is like, I shut down, right? That's kind of what I do. I don't drink, I don't, do, but I just shut down and, I got to do a lot of thinking, but I'm almost like paralyzed is what happened to me before. And it was so bad that I like maxed out my credit cards. My wife was like, what's going on? Why aren't you just going, we got to get this work done. The clients are angry that this, and I just shut down and I did nothing. This is years and years and years ago, right? But when I'm shooting for that premium and I learned it, and then, I'm telling you, back when I had those depression type things, it was never the problem was never $100,000 problem. That was never the size of the problem. And then yesterday I got the news, hey Donovan, you're gonna have to come up with $100,000. And I'm telling you guys, okay. That was like, okay, cool. Well, all right. Well, I got 30 days to come up with that. All right, cool. All right, I got it. I'll get it figured out. Right? And so you're gonna have problems one of these days. Something's gonna come up that you don't know is going to come up. And if you're a spiritual person, or if you're not, I'm not going to get into it too much for you, but that comes from a direction. And it's going to come at a certain point in time when you're not expecting it. And if having some money in the bank or having a premium business can take a whole lot more. You can take $100,000 problem, or you might not even be able to take $1,000 problem, right? I would like to be able to take a $100,000 hit and it not affect me. And that's where I'm at right now, guys. And it was not always like that. And I'm just trying to be open and transparent and a little bit, vulnerable with you guys. And I'm not bullshitting you. So that's what I'm going to end up saying. And then I'm going to eat the rest of my chicken wings.
Awesome, guys. We're going to jump off here. Great talking. Thank you for coming on tonight. If you want to go check out kingofpressurewash.com, you can find all kinds of information there. I'm getting kind of old.
Vanessa, look, yesterday you got a water injury in your finger, and it cut to the bone. If you need to go to the hospital, okay, because I don't know if you actually went to the hospital. Oh, you said you got stitches. Okay. But if this could be a bad thing, guys, when you get water in your bloodstream, that
you
can lose limbs. It can kill you. It can be real bad, and you might not know. That could be something that creeps up like days, hours, week. Later on.
You can literally lose your finger, and this is things we go in my training really in depth because I want you to know that this is very, very dangerous.
Yeah. So Vanessa, you need to get.
Make sure they did all this stuff,
all
the CAT scan, all that kind of stuff to make sure it didn't get bad.
If you got an injection injury, if it's just a cut, no big deal. If it is an injection injury, which a pressure tip is, or a paint tip or anything, that can be life-threatening. So I don't mean to scare you, but I just saw that pop up there. Definitely, we cover a lot of that in our training. We go over it a lot. We give examples. Some of the photos are, because we take it seriously. But yeah, please get that checked out, Vanessa. And with that,
see y'all.
Have a great night.